Welcome back to the Sooner Surge, and today we're joined by the one, the only, Frank the Tank. Frank, thank you for joining us.
How are things going?
What are you drinking, Frank?
Just an average Pepsi. Diet
Average
Pepsi.
All right, so first things first, how are you? You took that fall going for the balloon the other night. How are you feeling?
That didn't hurt. I just tried to get the balloon and I just missed.
Yeah, good to hear. How did you get into your career in sports media?
Well, it started with that New Jersey Transit grant. Barstool reached out to me. I started doing part-time work for Barstool, and then I've been at Barstool full-time since 2020.
Wow. What's a typical workday like there at Barstool?
Typically getting around 11. Maybe I'll do a blog, put up one of my hot dog or soda reviews, and then I'll see if I get involved in other content until I go home, maybe about 5, 6 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah. So what is your favorite all-time soda, Frank?
I'm a Pepsi guy.
Pepsi?
Yep.
You ever had RC?
I've had RC. RC's quality's dropped off in the last 40 years.
Yeah. We're from Oklahoma here, so we have the Pops, which has a ton of sodas in it here in Oklahoma City area. So
do you remember I mentioned I lost 7 bottles of soda last week?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you that once we get back up there, we'll mail you some.
That's where I got the sodas.
Yeah. You know what kind you got from there or no?
No, I just grabbed 12 random sodas and half of them I lost.
Oh, man. Hey, Frank, the other day on Twitter, you made a comment about Tony Romo, and I believe you said he adds nothing. I think it was something like adds nothing to the broadcast. Did you get a lot of backlash on that, or what were the tweets back at you? Were most of them agreeing with you or no?
Seems most agree with me. He is terrible. He's annoying. His voice sucks. I mean, it's bad.
Who is the best play-by-play guy or color guy that you would say is out there
right now?
Yeah,
I might be the Fox guys, Burkhart and Olsen, because they're so nothing that you don't notice them.
Now, what about him all time then?
Madden and Summerall were the best.
Oh yeah.
Sure. For sure. I'm a Tony Romo fan, Frank. So that one kind of hit me in the gut when you said that the other day. I was a fan of him when he played football, and I am a fan of him as an announcer, although I do think the other day he was really high on Josh Allen, almost way too much. And almost the love fest was a little unreal.
He was just terrible. I mean, he really is awful, annoying, like nails on a fucking chalkboard.
So, Frank, you're a Dolphin.
What was that?
Did you not like him as a player either? Or
I hate the Cowboys, truthfully, but
really?
I thought it was funny how much he actually sucked.
So, Frank, you're a big Dolphins fan. What is your thoughts on the quarterback situation going into next season?
They got to get a backup quarterback. I mean, Tua, if he stays healthy, is fine, but he just gets hurt way too often. And he quite honestly looks quite brittle.
Yeah, you're right. And their backup, I mean, Bridgewater's pretty injury prone as well. and then you got the guy from K-State who used to be a receiver in college. So, yeah, we'll trade you Dak. You want Dak Prescott?
No.
Hey, you've been around a lot of sports, Frank, and if you had to rate maybe the worst or heartbreaking event in sports that you've witnessed as a fan, just as a pure fan, what would that one be?
Did I witness in person?
Yeah.
Probably a couple of Devil playoff games.
Hey, Frank, moving on to basketball, I know you've been very critical of Steve Trash, you call him, and does it really matter who the coach is of the Nets with Durant and Irving and their personality? Is it really going to matter as far as the coach? Do you think Jock Vaughn's the answer there?
Well, they've played tremendously better.
Yeah, that they have.
Grade. Since the coaching change.
Yeah.
Tremendously better. I mean, that comeback win against the Warriors on Sunday does not happen with Steve Nash.
You just think Nash is too young to be the coach, or do you just think he had no experience?
Might have been no experience, but great players very rarely make good coaches, and that's why.
Yeah, that's
it never work out.
That's a good point. I don't. That's a good point, Frank. I'm not even sure. I'm trying to think of who the best player was.
Steve Kerr,
but he wasn't a great player. I mean, he was. He was in the NBA. I don't know.
He was a good player.
Yeah,
who was good off the bench and providing a 3-point spark.
Yeah. Larry Bird,
Joe Harris type player.
He was a Joe Harris. Larry Bird coached, but wasn't a great coach.
No, Larry Bird actually was a good coach. He didn't coach long, though.
Yeah, he didn't. He went in the front office, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
But Larry Bird actually did get the Pacers to an NBA final.
True.
Yeah, Frank, how far do you think?
Larry Bird actually was very successful as a coach. And then he's had some success as an executive.
Mm-hmm.
Frank, how far do you think the Nets can make it this year?
I don't know. It depends how healthy they are. I actually give them a bit of a chance now. More chance than I gave them certainly with Steve Trash as their coach.
Yeah, they do have some guys that like Royce O'Neal, Claxton. There's some guys who are doing honestly a pretty good job at role playing there, and I think that they got some of those pieces maybe around the superstars.
I mean, they're playing much better. They're getting a lot. One of the things that Steve Nash had trouble on was just trying to mix and find the right rotations. He just could not, for the life of him, figure out how to do that, and that is one of the major reasons that the Nets had the problems that they had.
Yeah, and he's not Nash, Trash, whatever. He's not the guy to handle all those personalities on that team. You need somebody that's going to be able to handle that.
Yeah, and he just couldn't do it.
Yeah, he couldn't do it. So what about the Mets this year, Frank? Moving on to baseball coming up this season. Verlander coming over. I don't know how excited you are about that.
We'll have to see. I just have visions of Darren Ruff ruining everything.
Not a fan of Ruff.
No, Darren Ruff might be one of the worst players I've ever seen. He's just pure garbage.
Frank, when did your hate for Ruff start? It's been a while now that it's almost daily on Twitter, daily on TikTok of the rants over Darren Ruff.
The Mets got him at the trade deadline, and certain people thought he was a good upgrade, and he's been nothing but just terrible, awful, horrendous, pathetic, feeble.
Yeah, I saw your tweet about his highlight reel, and it didn't last very long.
No, it didn't.
I mean, what did he bat, 152 last year?
No, that was. I think that was his OPS with the Mets. With the Mets was 152.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see Verlander because man, he's played for so long, and he had a good career with the Astros. Surprised me after going there because he was still kind of getting up there in age. So it'll be interesting to see how he does with the Mets for sure.
Yep. The Mets just need to stay healthy and hopefully get another bat, because right now I don't think their lineup is good enough.
Yeah. Hey, your favorite Met of all time is Piazza, right?
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Royals fan. You can probably see my background here, man, of the Mets Royals World Series not too long ago. As a Royal fan, that was a huge couple of years for us. But
I mean, the Royals just rose out of nowhere, went to 2 World Series, won one, and then went back to just
being horrible.
Yep.
Sold all their guys. They sold all their guys. I mean, it's typical.
I think the worst thing that happened to the Royals was Ventura getting killed.
Yeah.
That
took a toll, yeah.
He was such a good live arm, man.
Yeah.
So, Frank,
and Perez has been there forever.
Yeah, he's been there forever. He's kind of the.
I'm surprised they didn't make a move to bring back Eric Hosmer. Kind of like the Pirates brought back
McCutchen,
yeah.
I'm surprised too. I know he ended up at the Cubs, didn't he? But I'm surprised they didn't either, because he's such a beloved guy, and it would have been nice. I mean, he's still a decent bat, good defender. So,
yeah, the Royals is. I mean, if it wasn't for those 2 World Series appearances, they'd be one of the worst franchises in the NFL, in baseball.
That is true.
I mean, they hadn't done anything till those few seasons, for sure. And that was only those few years they had the pitching. They had the bullpen that was just ridiculous with Wade Davis and Kelvin Herrera. I mean, they were stacked.
Wade Davis went from unbelievable to barely even playing. Yeah. Kind of crazy.
Yeah, Frank, what's your prediction for the Mets this year? Got the Braves and the Phillies in the division competing with them.
Pain.
How many losses? Over 100?
Probably around 90, because Darren Ruff's the WAR is going to be minus 100.
Hey, so this past season we saw the video from Tyler Maztek talking about how you almost inspired the Braves. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know what to say about that. I think he's just blowing smoke.
Frank, they should schedule a fight between you and Blooper.
That is the worst mascot in sports.
Why do you hate Blooper so much, Frank?
Because he's irritating. Look at it. It's ugly. It looks ratty. It looks like something that's left in a gutter by a homeless kid.
I would kind of agree with Frank on that, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean,
at least the Braves finally lost somebody this offseason.
They might miss Dansby Swanson.
Oh yeah, I think they will for sure. What are your thoughts on Mike McDaniel? First year of Dolphins. Do you think he's going to be the guy to come, or do you think he's just going to be another guy 3 or 4 years and then gone?
Next year is going to determine a lot.
Yeah. A lot of it depends, like what you said, though, on the quarterback, I think.
Yeah. If they could upgrade the offensive line and keep Tua healthy, I think he has potential to be around for a while.
Did you get a lot of heat for that playoff game leaving early? Were people all over you for that?
Yes.
And nothing
It
you
was
can do
definitely
about
not my choice to go.
it. Yeah. Yeah. I saw a lot of people on Twitter bashing, but it's like not much you could do about it.
No, I got kind of fucked.
So, Super Bowl coming up, Frank. You had picked the Bills. Who do you got now that they're out?
I'm gonna go with the Bengals.
Who do
Bengals,
you
Joe
think they're
Burrow.
going to play? Who do you got in the NFC Championship game?
Bengals Eagles.
Which that'll be the first.
I think Purdy gets caught. The Purdy story ends this week.
Yeah, the Eagles looked really good.
I think to beat the Eagles, you need a higher quality, more experienced quarterback. Not that Purdy's bad, but I think the quarterback matchup will doom the Niners this week.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Dallas may get the Niners with Dallas's defensive front, and Purdy ended up playing pretty well for the most part. He outplayed Dak, that's for sure. The Cowboys. When will the Cowboys win a Super Bowl, Frank? Will they ever win another Super Bowl?
With Jerry Jones?
Sometimes he's loyal to a fault, and I think he's been too loyal to Dak Prescott.
Agreed.
And I think Dak Prescott is not a good quarterback.
He's definitely overpaid.
He is as mediocre. He's as mediocre can be.
Jeremy, what do you think about that? You're a huge Dak fan. What happened?
I wouldn't. Okay, to say I'm a huge Dak fan is ridiculous. All I said is he's better. I thought he's better than Tony Romo. That's all I've ever said.
No, he's not even close to Tony Romo's talent.
Tony Romo put up worse numbers than Dak Prescott is all I'm saying.
Here's what you need to know. If the Miami Dolphins had the Dallas Cowboys offensive line, they'd be on the way to winning the Super Bowl.
With Tua?
Yes.
Really?
You know why?
Why?
Because Tua would not be injured. He would not have his concussion issues. The Dolphins would find someone that could run the football. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott is in a year or two he's going to be as fat as me, and yet he still is able to put up some big numbers. Pollard had a great season, but Dak Prescott in big games just cannot win them. And when it comes down to making the play that a quarterback needs to make, he can't do it. And when they beat the Buccaneers, I think if you look closely at that game, a major reason why the Cowboys beat the Buccaneers is because quite simply the Buccaneers played one of the worst coaching games ever. Everyone was left wide open, and Prescott had all day and receivers that were easy to define, like college open.
Yeah.
He just tore apart the Buccaneers. That wasn't about Dak beating the Bucs. It was about the Bucs just coming up with a shitty game plan.
So if you're the front office of the Dolphins, Frank, you've alluded to O-line help. You've alluded to finding the right running back. Is there a position group you think they're going to go after first in that draft, or do you think they're going to try to get someone off the?
They don't have much to draft. They don't have a first-round pick or second-round pick.
Yeah,
what I think they should do, they need to get an offensive line. They're going to lose Mike Gesicki. They're not going to re-sign him. He doesn't quite fit the team. So they're going to have to find another tight end, perhaps. Get a backup quarterback, preferably one that's got starting experience, like a Jameis Winston would be the perfect fit for the Buccaneers. For the Dolphins. and then maybe try to go get a running back. I hear the Dolphins are going to make a push for Saquon Barkley.
Oh, wow.
That would be huge. Yeah. If he leaves New York, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard on ESPN radio today they were talking about him to the Bills. Bills might go spend some money at running back.
Well, hey, Frank, what would you think about Garoppolo? They got 3 quarterbacks now. They're going to have to do something with one of those guys.
He would be an acceptable backup for the Dolphins.
Behind Tua?
Yes.
So do you think there's any shot that Tua retires?
No.
3 concussions?
I think he comes back next year.
So, Frank, before I've seen the video of you saying that the Mets are cursed over the '86 World Series. Why do you think that? Why do you think they're cursed over that?
It just something always gets fucked up.
Was that just you not being able to watch it?
I don't know what it is. It's something always gets fucked up.
Do you think you'll ever see a Mets World Series win, another one?
I don't know. It's just something. No matter what the Mets do, it always seems to fuck up.
Yeah, you guys thought you had Correa, and then that fell through this year.
And that's going to be the difference. If they had the Correa, they would have won. But now, doomed to 90 losses, and Darren Ruff going. Darren Ruff. They played winter ball and went 0 for 90 with 90 errors.
How many strikeouts, Frank?
87.
So he made contact 3 times. You have to look at that positive.
Yeah, and each time was a triple play.
So, Frank, you always go after the glasses. How many pairs of glasses have you went through?
You see that pile of glasses on the counter over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to somehow get sponsored by some eyeglass company, man.
Well, I'm hoping Zenny sponsors me. Zenny needs to help me out.
There you go. They should. We know you love hot dogs, Frank. Right?
Yep.
Are you a chili dog guy or just regular hot dog guy?
I kind of like chili dogs a little bit.
Coney's?
Ponies are fine.
I've never had a New York hot dog, so I can't really compare what I eat here to.
A New York hot dog is basically a soubrette hot dog. That's a dirty water hot dog. That's basically a New York style, and then they'll have like the hot onions.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, Frank, this offseason, Notre Dame getting Sam Hartman in the transfer portal. What are your expectations for the Fighting Irish?
I think they could maybe approach 10 wins. They have a very tough schedule, as they always do. But who knows? Maybe they could make another run at the Final Four and start next year. Not this year coming up, but the 20. They're going to have 12 teams, and I think Notre Dame's regularly going to be among the 12 teams.
Do you not think that not being a part of a conference is going to hurt them?
If it does, then they'll join the conference. But Notre Dame still got the. Notre Dame still has the name.
Yeah. Hey, we're all Oklahoma fans, so we'll definitely be rooting for Notre Dame when they take on USC.
Yep. Well, I hate USC, so.
Yeah, we do too.
For sure.
All right.
Well, Frank, thank you for taking time out of your day to join us. It was really good talking with you.
All right. I got to get ready to go to the Devils game tonight, so I'll see you guys later.
All right.
All right.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it.
All right. Talk to you later.
All right.
Do something! Yes, please do something and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking that button below. And until next time, Boomer.